Welcome to Elegant Ice Creations. I'm about to give you our nickel tour. If you were here in person, I'd be happy to give you it in person, but since you're not, I expect you to mail me that nickel in the mail. So if we get 1 million views, that's 1 million nickels and I can retire. Come on in, I'll show you inside. In the office portion of our studio, we've got a bunch of pictures displayed that showcase some of the different things that we've done. A lot of these were done in competition, some in Fairbanks, Alaska, some in Japan. Some of the competitions we were given 6 days and 50,000 pounds of ice. This one, for instance, our heads came up to about here on the sculpture. We've been competing since 1989, so that's well over 20 years. You can see we've had a lot of success in competitions. Welcome to Allie's office. She's our order wizard, and let her tell you what she does.
I handle all the tool orders and sales. I ship them all across the world to the carvers, and I handle different orders when Peggy's not around for ice, and do all the packaging and inventory and anything involved in the tool sales.
All right, well, this is my mom's office. Her name's Peggy. She's our head paper pusher here at Elegant Ice. Come on in.
Hi, I'm in charge of doing all the bookwork that goes on at Elegant Ice. I do the payroll and the taxes. I answer the phone and take the ice orders. There's tool orders, I transfer them over to Allie. Right now I'm working on a mailer that's going out to about 150 different people in the area. And lots of paperwork, and when you see no desk and lots of white, you know that I'm working.
Well, welcome to my office at Elegant Ice. I'm kind of in the middle here. I can communicate with my mom and Allie over there. I've got a window here so I can see what's going on outside with the ice carving. And I do a lot of the design work here at Elegant Ice. For instance, I'm working on design for a 50-block T-Rex that's going to be coming up this summer. We're going to do it at the New York State Fair with Stan. And then I worked with Chris Foltz a little bit on doing this design for a wood carving that we're going to have at the boot camp coming up. But it's not much, but got some of my favorite carvings on the walls in here. That's a bit, the best part about it is that I'm centrally located in the shop. Well, welcome. This is the ice carving portion of the studio. And in here, we've got 3 carving stations set up. We've got Jeff working on a 2-block elephant over here. And then George has a carving station, and my carving station's over in the corner over there. One of the nice things is that we have these hydraulic lifts. They lift the ice up to a comfortable height for carving, a lot less fatigue on your back. Also, there's floor drains in the floor, and the floor drains allow all of our ice chips to melt away. When we come back the next day, they're all gone. In this area, we also have an aluminum station and anti-fatigue mats on the floor. Just a really comfortable environment for carving. You'll notice we carve at room temperature. And we'll pull out a block of ice, or 2 in this case, and freeze them together. And we'll spend, an hour or 2 on them, and then as soon as we're done, we put them back in the freezer. So this is our mobile carving station. We've got die grinders set up on the sides. We've got really nice bits for cutting and for shaping. And then a whole bunch of other bits in here for detailing. In addition, we've got an arsenal of different sanders here. This is really soft, and that allows you to feel the work while you're working on it. Whatever chisels I'm going to use for the job, I put on these magnets back here. And everything's right at your fingertips. Underneath, I can store some extra tools. It's all on wheels, so I can take it to a competition or demonstration anywhere. The aluminum station is a really important part for the fusion, and ours is set up where we've got a nice big flat piece on the bottom and a 90-degree plate on the back. So we can take a piece of ice and push it into the corner, and it'll square it up real nice. We used to use irons, but now we have hot plates up underneath there. You just turn on the light switch, hot plates come on, heats up the aluminum real nice. Also, we have a light that's attached to it as well, so when we go to leave at the end of the day, if the light's still on, we know we forgot to turn off the aluminum station. It's a reminder because we've done that a couple of times. So Greg and George are in this office, and right now they're working on programming a logo. and also working on updating the website. So this is a spot where we not only doing templates, but we also do most of the computer work in the shop.
Hi, I'm Greg Demaline from Elegant Ice. At Elegant Ice, I'm their CNC operator and programmer. I am also in charge of ice production and quality of the ice production. And I'm in charge of maintaining all the equipment here at Elegant Ice. And I'm also their IT administrator.
So this freezer doesn't have too much in it. There's just blocks of ice in here. We keep blocks of ice in here prior to carving them. So these blocks are a little bit lower quality. We sell our better quality blocks off to other carvers. But we stack them up in here. Sometimes we'll put blocks on top of blocks in here as we're getting ready for the winter season. But right now you can see there's just maybe 20 or 30 blocks in here ready for carving. So we have 5 different kinds of display equipment. Everything from the large drip pans to these centerpiece pans. Centerpiece pan's kind of cool because it holds all the water inside of it. You can put 150 pounds on this thing and there's no drain tube, where the other 4 styles each have a drain tube. And then underneath the pan, you can put a light like this. And you can set the light for different colors, red, green, blue. You can also do combinations. You can put all the lights on, or you can make it color changing fast or color changing slow, which is kind of cool. The carving slowly morphs through the different colors. If we're not using that light, we might use our blue bar light or white bar light or our white button light. Then some of the other sides, we've got drip pan that's ideal for a vertical upright carving. And then there's a couple other, the skinny pan and this medium-sized pan as well. All right, well, this is our coldest freezer. It's about 0 degrees. We put the carvings in here when they're finished being packaged. It gets the whole packaging material, the carving, everything really cold. Makes it better for delivery. The carvings last longer at your party. This is where we make the blocks of ice. Each one of these machines makes 2 blocks. In the summertime, it takes about 4 days to make a block of ice. In the winter, about 3 days to make a block of ice. Each block is made inside of one of these clear liners. The sides are flexible. It allows the ice to expand when it freezes. And the ice is right there. You can't see it, but this block is filled up about halfway full. These clips freeze into the end. You can pull the block up out of here using the clips, and then the way to make clear ice is to have it freeze from one side only, unlike the ice cubes in your freezer at home, and to circulate the water. So between freezing it from one side and circulating the water is how you can make a crystal clear block of ice like this. So Greg and George harvest all of our ice here at Elegant Ice. They're 300-pound blocks, and we can make up to 70 blocks a week if we're in full production. So the first step is to suck out the last little bit of water that didn't freeze. That goes down the drain, and what you're left with is a nice clear block of ice. So we use the lifter bar. The lifter bar clips into the block clips, and it allows us to pull the block of ice out. Chainfall does a nice job of pulling up on the clips, and the block slides out the top. Every block is made inside of a plastic liner. One of the nice things about our studio is that we have a big crane. It's got a 28-foot long beam, and we can reach anywhere in the back of the shop. before we can trim the block down to thickness, we've got to remove the little clips that are on either end. Next, he'll set the bandsaw down for like 9.5 inches. So we adjust the bandsaw to the appropriate height. We trim our blocks at 9.5 inches. And then the bandsaw just trims right through them. Once the block is trimmed, then we tilt it up and dolly it into the freezer. We've got a stack of bar drip pans. The bar drip pans, each one will hold 42 gallons of water. So we'll put these on the ground and build an ice bar on top of it and not have to worry about draining it at all. This will collect the water the whole evening. Usually we'll put like a little spandex skirt around the side to make it look nice. We've got these 4-foot versions. There's also a 2-foot version of the pan up here as well. So we've got a couple of trailers out back. One of the nice things about these is you don't pay rent on them. You don't pay any square footage. So you can see this is a 40-foot trailer, 8 feet wide. All this storage is free. We've got boxes that we use for festivals, pedestals that we use for festivals. After festival season, we'll have everything packaged and put back in here. Fill this whole trailer up with stuff that we use in the wintertime. So this is a CNC freezer. We call it our walk-in freezer. So inside here we do all of our engraving. We cut out our geometric shapes. This is Greg's workshop in here. So this is our CNC machine. We've got 2 4-inch slabs loaded on there now. And the program that Greg wrote earlier, we're going to go ahead and run it and have it cut some pieces out here. This freezer has carvings that are finished, but they're not quite packaged yet. We put them in here, and then they come out, they get packaged, then they go into the final freezer. When we package the carvings, we use moving blankets and rubber bands. You can package any shape carving that way, and the moving blankets not only protect against physical damage, but also against melting. If you put a couple layers of moving blankets on, you can go for hours. And in the summertime, we'll put some dry ice in the packaging if we need to. So this is our UPS packaging station, and we put all the orders together and carefully tuck them in there, protect your little goodies. Then Allie will seal up the boxes and then put the UPS label on as well. Send it off to you.
Hello, my name is George Niemoeller. I'm kind of the wild card utility person here at Elegant Ice. If it needs done or someone needs help, it's my job to be able to do it. Over here, I'll help Allie out with anything from packaging orders to inventory to cleaning. I'll help Jeff out with carving, Greg on the CNC machine, cleaning out his freezer. One of my biggest jobs is on the other side doing all the ice, and, making the ice, and then cutting slabs for the machine to use. I also do, of course, carving with Jeff and live demonstrations for festivals and whatever else may need a ice carver in person.
This side of the studio we call the candy shop. There's every tool an ice carver could ever want here. Power tools, different bits for the tools, there's different sanders. We have all kinds of display equipment, lighting. Pretty much anything an ice carver would ever want, we have on this side of the shop. So my dad, Denny here, he's keeps our fleet in the top condition. He details the vehicles and makes sure we've got oil and wiper fluid and everything so that the guys are all set when they're out on deliveries. We've got this nice little freezer. It'll hold 13 blocks of ice, and we use it for pickups. We'll put a carving here. Say we're all out doing deliveries on Saturday night, and someone wants to pick up a carving, we'll put it in here. Or somebody wants to come on Sunday afternoon and no one's at the shop, we'll just put it in here and let our customers pick it up right from this location.
My name is Jeff Meyers. Here I've carved a 2-block elephant. It took me approximately an hour and a half. I've been carving for 14 years now. I handle a lot of the 3D finishing and the finishing of logos here, as well as deliveries. Started off with 600 pounds, 2 blocks of ice stacked on top of each other with the seam in between. Then we took a piece and slapped it on the front to allow us to extend it a little bit further out so we could get the tusks and the trunk on.
And this is our employee break room. We have lunches in here on Wednesday. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Dad. Well, thanks for coming on the tour of the shop. I expect you all to send me a nickel, and have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye-bye.